Reaction from Georgia lawmakers on the unrest in Washington is our top story tonight. There is condemnation from Georgia Congress members from both those who support President Trump and those who oppose him. We have team coverage tonight. John Sherrick kicks off things for us.
Heartbreak and outrage. Listen to the newly elected Representative Nikema Williams, Democrat from Atlanta, speaking with us late in the afternoon while on lockdown on Capitol Hill.
I told myself that this is one of the safest building in the country. I am scared right now. This moment is very tense right now.
Representative Williams vowing to finish the work of certifying the Electoral College votes that the rioters interrupted and blaming President Trump.
He has incited this violence. He created the chaos that's here today. He created the domestic terrorists that stormed the United States Capitol and are inside of the building right now, armed.
Democrat Lucy McBath is calling on Vice President Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment and remove Trump from office immediately. Republican Barry Loudermilk, violence against our brave law enforcement is not in line with our values as freedom-loving Americans. Outgoing Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler, who had supported overturning Biden's win, changed her mind because of the violence.
The violence, the lawlessness, and siege of the halls of Congress are abhorrent and stand as a direct attack on the very institution my objection was intended to protect: the sanctity of the American democratic process.
Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp Wednesday afternoon extended a previous order to activate the Georgia National Guard just in case, calling the attacks on the U.S. Capitol a disgrace and un-American.
It is unimaginable that we have people in our state and our country that have been threatening police officers, breaking into government buildings. This is not the Georgia way, and it is not the way of our country.
And newly elected Georgia Democrat Representative Carolyn Bourdeaux, also still on lockdown when she spoke with me, is calling on the immediate impeachment of President Trump.
This president not only has solicited election fraud in Georgia, but then he turned around and incited violence with lies. And this mob that just converged on the Capitol broke onto the Senate floor. It is outrageous. It is unacceptable. It is a very sobering day for our country and for our democracy, and it is time for some accountability.
Outrage and heartbreak at the violence interrupting but not stopping the work of the people.